community. The love we feel is sunshine after rain. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. When we're together, it feels like home. Kindred spirits, never alone. Let's join voices and sing our song. Music is the food of love. At this table is more than enough. In this moment, take a breath and sing along. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're deeper, kinder, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Twists and turns unexpected, day by day moving on. I don't have all the answers, come what may, right or wrong. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Crashing waves touch the shore. Time moves faster every day. Ebb and flow, no control. And all that's left to say is all we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Help each other through. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Michiana. Glad you're here.
Oh, Sue, thank you so much, my dear beloved friend. It's wonderful to have you with us, and so very grateful that we're joining together to do this very unique service, a live stream service here from Unity of Michiana in South Bend. And Sue is going to be joining us via this amazing technology through Zoom and live streaming. It's tremendous to have her. I'll be introducing her a little bit more later on. But we do just want to say it's a delight to have you here with us. We are a diverse and an inclusive spiritual community here in the South Bend area, in the Michiana area, and we are, our vision statement is a world transformed by spiritually centered people, awakened to the oneness of all. And so we just want to welcome you and want to do a shout out to friends and family in California, across the United States. Alexandria and her fiance, I believe, are watching this morning. Shelley, hi, I want to say hi especially to you and welcome all of you who might be here for the first time. It's wonderful that we can, as Sue's beautiful song said, be there for each other. And so in this time, we invite you as you participate in the service to go ahead and post comments, say hello to your friends, and we gather in that way. So thank you, everyone who is joining us. And I will start our service with an opening prayer. And I start by lighting our Christ candle in unity that represents that inner light that is present within all of us that we call the Christ within. And so if you will join me to just center in prayer for this moment, to allow ourselves to prepare, allow ourselves to be open and present to right here and right now, to allow ourselves to be uplifted and infilled with beautiful music and inspiring words, and to remember that we are part of a greater oneness, a greater wholeness. And so we allow that flow of spirit that touches our hearts and connects us and brings to us whatever guidance, whatever is present and open in our hearts right now to be revealed. And so together we say, thank you, God. And so it's, oh gosh, it's so much of a wonderful pleasure to be able to introduce you to my dear friend, Sue Riley. I traveled with her and other friends to Ireland together. She has come and visited our community several times with some of the other musicians who are part of the Posi-Palooza concerts. And she is just an overall bright light and warm heart. She is a prolific songwriter and has released 8 albums of positive, uplifting music. She's also co-founder of Empower Music and Arts, which is a community dedicated to creative, positive global change through music, through writing, and the spoken word. Sue has given of herself, her talents, and her light in so many wonderful ways. And what a blessing it is to have her here through technology. And just want to do a shout out to Glenn Rothel, who is helping us make this happen. So Glenn, we love you. We bless you too. And thanks for being here with us and helping make this happen. So Sue, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Sandy. Here's a song that I bet a lot of you know, and even if you don't, the words are very simple. I am love, and a beautiful affirmation. I am love, I am love, I am love. say that with me. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. Free to be the voice of love. Free to make the choice of love. I am peace. 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 Free to be the voice of peace. Free to make the choice of peace. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am. So it is.
Sue, thank you so much. And in Unity, we have a publication that is called the Daily Word. And I'd like to invite you to join with me now in a time as I read the Daily Word. And then as we move into a deeper time of meditation, to just allow yourself to relax, to be comfortable, to be open to the flow of spirit. Our daily word for today is comfort. Christ in me is my comfort. Experiences that move me out of my comfort zone are part of my life. The first day at a new school, starting or leaving a job, a new phase in a relationship, retiring from a career, the passing of a loved one. Any change can evoke discomfort, even grief. I grieve when I think of change as loss of security, loss of my place in my community, or loss of love. The Christ, the divine presence of life, love, and wisdom within me, is my constant source of comfort through all of life's changes. I find assurance that although its physical expressions may change, life itself can never end. I know oneness and love with all who have been dear to me. Recognizing my divine nature, I know that there is no loss, change, or circumstance that can limit me, and I am comforted. From scripture in Psalm 71, verse 21, you will increase my honor and comfort me once again. The word for today is comfort. Christ in me is my comfort. So I invite you to join with me now in moving even more deeply into a time of renewal, a time of meditation. And I will begin by sounding our singing bowl and just let that tone, that energy move through you to relax and to let go. So I invite you to close your eyes, to allow your body to relax, to be aware of the breath that moves in and out, that reminds us of the design of creation that is ever and always an ebb and a flow. The seasons change, the sun rises and sets, the tide comes in, the tide moves out. And as we breathe in, we are reminded of the constancy of the flow of all creation, of all that is. And we breathe out and we release. And we know that this is a part of the process. It is a part of the essence of all of who we are. And it is the gift of creator, of creation becoming. It is this gift of the flow of life that reminds us gently, gently of the ebb and the flow, and allows us to move more deeply into the heart or the core of our being, that which we might call our own inner sanctuary. So I invite you to continue to breathe and release as you will with each outgoing breath any places of tension you might be unconsciously holding within. Any challenging thoughts, any concerns. Right now, we let those go because they are a part of the thinking mind. And right now, we are moving into our breathing heart, our soul, the truth of our being. So as we do, as we just let go, we allow the light of infinite presence, that which we would call God or universal spirit, pure being. We allow that flow to move through us, to speak to us words of guidance, of encouragement, upliftment, to celebrate with us those things in our lives that cause us a sense of excitement and joy and goodness. And we let that light move through every cell of our physical body to rekindle our awareness of the infinite light inherent in every part of our being, of who we are. And so we continue to relax and to let go, to be blessed in this time of spirit of oneness. To give thanks for the many freedoms that we experience. To know that we are being guided to stand forth in our own uniqueness, in who we are. To appreciate and celebrate and live into those freedoms, continuing to create them forward for the best and highest good of not only ourselves, but of our entire world. And so we take a moment now to move even more deeply within and into a few moments of silence, to just be receptive to the still small voice that speaks to us in the heart of our being. And so as we just simply allow ourselves to be blessed, to be loved, to be healed, to be uplifted. From that place, we take a moment to send forth our prayers, our blessings to surround our prayer box and all the requests that have been placed within it. And we do indeed affirm the activity of infinite wisdom and grace already at work surrounding these prayer requests. We are a part of the flow of prayer that is mighty and gracious and good. And we give thanks for this activity of spirit. And so we take time now, wherever you are, to speak aloud the names of friends, family, co-workers, world situations that you would especially bless and declare forth into this prayerful space. Heidi, Gary, Karen, Unity of Michiana, Unity Worldwide Ministries, Unity World Headquarters. Our care workers, doctors and nurses on the front line, those in our stores who support us. Anne, Dale, Isabel, Mary. Our world leaders. And through the power and the intention of positive prayer, we put forth into the energetic field of the universe these prayers for highest and best good, knowing that we manifest through our thoughts, through the love within our hearts. And so we do indeed give thanks, Mother, Father, God, Yahweh, beloved Spirit. And so together we say, Amen. And Sue, I believe you have some wonderful music and some inspirational words for us this morning. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. What a beautiful meditation. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Used to be when life got crazy, I'd get to feeling low, but I found out I can't let that faze me, 'cause honey, now I know when everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Who expects the unexpected, life sneaking up on you? And sometimes we all feel disconnected. What you gonna do when everything changes? I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Who's to say why it works this way? Well, it's kind of strange, but it's true. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Oh, everything changes, I can change too. Yes, everything changes, and I can change too. Thank you. I love that song that I wrote with Tom Kimmel. So thank you, Reverend Sandy, for having me. When Sandy and I talked about this a few months ago, my intention was actually to be in the state of Indiana to do the talk, instead of just being in a state, the state of Florida in my case. And how life laughs, you know. And I'd also like to thank my friend Glenn Rothell, the tech genius working all the buttons behind the scenes, without whom we would not be having this experience together. It might be an experience, but it would be different than this hopefully seamless experience that Glenn is providing us. All right, so when I wrote the song Everything Changes, you know, I just thought it was a catchy title. I liked the melody. I liked what a positive message, and I never actually thought that the words would apply to me. I certainly did not want to change anything. I love my life. I still love my life. It's just different. But I love my life. I get to travel around the country, and I get to share my music and speak and write songs with my friends. I get to lead trips to Ireland. How magical is that? I love it. People write me and say, your music has been such an inspiration to me. It's a very fulfilling, beautiful life. And then, you know, I had a lot of plans for this year, a lot of big plans. And Vavoom, just like everybody else's plans, they have been canceled suddenly, closed down, shut down, canceled, not happening. I seem to have the rest of the year off. This is not very comforting, really, but you know, change. I'm singing about change. I'm putting those words out into the universe, and I'm getting the opportunity to make some changes. So with these changes, I've gotten to learn a lot of new things. For example, what we're doing right now. Up until March, I thought that Zoom was a great 4-letter Scrabble word that had a Z in it, those pesky letters that no one can ever find a word for, which would give me a lot of points if I landed on a triple letter tile. And now I spend much of my week on Zoom, and I'm grateful for it. Technology. After my brief meltdown into a puddle of fear, I decided that I could change. I could make these adaptations. I could say yes to Zooming and virtual reality and all the things that went with it. Because really, what are the alternatives? Just because you're socially distant does not mean that you have to be socially isolated. There's a big difference there. So yes, Zoom is not the same thing as being present in a church or doing a concert, having harmony. So far, no platform has worked out musicians being able to sing or play together because of latency. It sounds like a bad jam, actually, like a nightmare, like something you would that you don't want to participate in. But, you know, I spend much of my day on Zoom now, and I'm teaching my lessons on Zoom, and I'm doing things like this. And I'm grateful for the technology and for the ability to learn to use it with the help of a lot of friends, especially Glenn. Patient Glenn. This past May, I was supposed to be in the mountains of Virginia, up in the Shenandoah Mountains, at a writing retreat. We do it every year at the home of Carol and Roger Tomhave, and about 10 of us get together. We cram into their beautiful mountain house, and we write songs together. And obviously, that didn't happen this year. We had to cancel it, and we did it virtually. And it wasn't quite the same, but it was pretty darn great. Glenn worked out how we could all be in our own little Zoom room, so suddenly you would just leave the main screen and take off to your own private room. I didn't even know that was possible. And we wrote songs, and then we got together in the evenings to share our songs, a group of about 15 of us. The benefit was that because we really weren't there, we could have more people there. We didn't have to worry about how many bedrooms there were in the house. And all we had to figure out was the 4 time zones that the people were writing from, and make sure that we didn't make the California folks get up at dawn. And, you know, I have to say that even though it wasn't exactly the same, it was pretty amazing and amazingly comforting to look out and to be able to connect with my friends, even virtually. Even virtually. So community is still here. I just had to think a little bit outside the box. How could you embrace community today? If you think that Zoom might be a little too hard for your grandmother or your parents, I would just like to add that my aunts, who are in their mid-80s, will be Zooming in later today to watch my niece's Zoom virtual baby shower, which I'm running. And they're probably watching this service. So, you know, anything is possible if you say yes to the opportunity of learning something. And there are a lot of teachers and coaches standing by to help you. I was able to restore my sister's phone, which she had somehow disabled, which I didn't even know was possible, from watching a YouTube video. It took a while, but I still was able to do it, and I felt like a genius. Since every church is closed, pretty much, some churches reached out to me, and they wanted me to do videos. That's a new learning curve. And I thought, doesn't that sound simple? I should be able to do that. I just take a video of me singing one of my songs. How hard can this be? And yet, I think that I did the first song, it took 50 takes. 50. That's pathetic. I do this all the time. And yet, when you put a camera in front of you, it's so distracting. I'm like, there's just nothing like looking at yourself on a computer up close, really close. And I would get to thinking, gee, I don't like my hair. What was I thinking when I put on this outfit? I'm blinking too much. What's wrong with me? And I would make a mistake. And since I didn't want that mistake to be floating around the internet for the dawn of time, for the rest of time, I would start over. I finally had to take off my glasses so that I couldn't see very closely to my face, so that I could complete any of the videos. I had to make 10 or 12, and 50 tries for the first one. Do the math, I'd still be trying to do them. But I was able to get through that because I said yes to the challenge, and once you say yes to something, you will find usually that you are able to do it. Since all churches are closed, you've already discovered that your church community is not just a building, that it is the community of time that you spend together, even virtually, reaching out to people. If they can't do Zoom, they could do a phone call, a letter. I've even written some letters. All things are possible. You just have to take that first step and reach out and keep your community going, or establish a community that you'd like to be part of. This is a great time for learning new things. Since I discovered that I was filming from my living room, which is where you actually see me, I'm on my grand piano, so I'm not real versatile, like where I can move it to have a beautiful backdrop of a plain wall behind me. This is the best I could do. So I've had to declutter because no one wants to see my mess piled up on the table and all the things I haven't done, my to-do list. And I got to declutter and move furniture and move pictures and, paint a wall, lighting. Who knew about lighting? My sweetheart has put duct tape over all my lights, which filter the light a certain way. Not really cute for people that walk into the house, but hey, I'm not having any company anyway. I had to buy new equipment. I had to learn how to use the equipment. Had to call Glenn for help to use that new equipment. But you know what? I did it. I said yes. Didn't somebody wise once say that the journey of a lifetime begins with that first step? Well, for me, that first step is saying, yes, I can do this. What does that first step look like for you? Think about it. What is yours to do that is just waiting for you to say, yes, I didn't think I wanted to do this, but given the times, yes, I can do this. One of the great things about learning new things is discovering what I don't want to do. That's just as important. It's discernment. I love to have lyric videos of my songs. That's where you have some cool pictures that go by and one of your songs plays underneath. And it's very cool and it's very time consuming. And I discovered after doing one of them, back in my puddle of tears, that I loved having them, but I didn't enjoy the process of making them. But there's what isn't your joy is someone else's joy. And so I have a dear friend who loves making videos, and I'm able to send my friends to her to have videos made, and I'm able to pay her to make my videos. Everybody wins. And the discernment that I got from this is that there are things that are not mine to do. My time could be better spent doing other things. Charles Fillmore wrote this in Jesus Christ Heals. Get your ideas in divine order, and a mighty mind force will begin to work for you right away. This divine order is necessary to the upbuilding of both mind and body. This divine order is the kingdom of heaven, so often referred to by Jesus. To attain this unity and harmony of mind, it is necessary to have perfect statements of truth and to adhere to them in thought and word. In other words, speak the word of what you want to do and be careful of your words. Think it, speak it, manifest it. And a daily word from 1970 says, I will be still and rest in thee. To be still is to be inwardly at peace, aware of God's presence and resting in it. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? This is where inner stillness begins. If you are troubled, anxious, or worried, hold simple but strong ideas of truth. Look beyond the swirling surface events to the deep inner stillness. Prepare the way for peace of mind by stilling doubt and fear. Reflect upon the mirror of serene consciousness, upon the light of wise serenity. Be still, be still, be still. All is well. Hear the voice of the Most High. Peace be still, and know that I am God. All is well, even when it doesn't appear to be. All is well. I have found that without having to get on a plane or drive somewhere, that I have a lot more free time. Who knew that it took so long to drive to do what I love to do? So I've been working down my huge to-do list. One of the things on that is to organize my pictures. Do you guys have a lot of pictures? I find that I have pictures on every device. I never can find them. I think that I don't have them. I resave them. My devices all sync with each other. Then I have multiples of the picture on all of my devices, and I still can't find it because it's not in a folder. That would be a nice project for a rainy day, and that's really high on my to-do list. But there's a lot of things on my to-do list that have been there for several years already. What will I do with my newfound free time? What will you do with yours? What do you have to do with your free time? So I'm planning to organize my photos. I tried to find a picture of my parents and my grandparents for a beautiful service that Faith Rivera is doing tonight. I believe it starts at 6:30 in Hawaii. She's in Hawaii, so it's an Aloha Fest. And she was doing a beautiful tradition, an island tradition, for the passing of beloved family members. And it took me like an hour to find a picture I could send her. That's what I mean. I could do better than that, and I will. Well, I've been doing a lot of new things besides not getting organized. A lot of you know that a few years ago, 2.5 years to be exact, but who's counting? I reconnected with my college sweetheart via Facebook. Facebook in all its beauty, the way it's intended to be used as a source of connection. And this was such an incredible gift to me. This is someone that I never expected to see again in this lifetime. And it's been 2.5 years now, and we've created a beautiful life together that I'm very excited about, very happy about. My sweetie loves the outdoors, and I don't spend a lot of times. Up until now, let's just say I have not spent a lot of time outdoors. Any time, actually, since probably college. But I'm going outdoors now, and I've learned the joy of glamping, which is camping with a bed and a bathroom. And when you glamp, you can go to a lot of beautiful places, like oceanfront, waterfront places in state parks. I love that. Waking up with the sun, I don't get up at sunrise, but he sees the sunrise, and I know it's out there, and he's happy. Sunset I can do. I've been watching the sunset from a folding chair in my driveway. Can't say that I've ever done that. It's beautiful. Who knew that I faced the direction that the sun set if I go outside my front door? I've also been taking walks. So beautiful. Looking at everybody's plants, getting inspiration for my yard in case I decide to go outdoors in the fall. Very good. Taking naps, reading books, doing my crafts, painting. I hope to pick up the guitar. So far, not yet. But the neighborhood and the life and everything is out there is pretty magical if you take the time to look at it. It's easy to like rush through the day and not see anything. That's what I was doing before. But time has slowed down. Time has slowed down, and I'm able to look around and see things that are right in front of me that I'm so grateful for. My family, my friends, my communities, and the beauty that's right outside, just waiting to be seen. I had a big birthday last year, a big one, and I've done some reflection on how I want to spend my time. What things do I want to surround me in my house? What do I want to take up space with me in my house? How do I want to spend my time? What people do I want in my life? I know that I want to age gracefully, so I want to take care of my body temple. The walks are helping with that. I realize that I feel better if I walk 30 minutes a day. And I'm getting to experience gratitude for my friends and my communities. Another bonus. I've discovered that it's freeing to say yes to what you want to do and no to the things that don't serve you. A couple of years ago, while I was in Virginia, going to this same songwriting retreat that I just mentioned earlier that we did virtually this year, I was driving up the mountain road. Now, they live just outside of the Appalachian National, is it Appalachian National Park? I think it's a national park. Anyway, they live in the mountains. And those mountain roads have no streetlights. And they have no signs that tell you where you are. And there's big ditches on both sides of the road so that you can't turn around when you miss the house 10 or 15 times. And also Siri, who I count on to get me everywhere, decided that with no service that she could not help me anymore. So she abandoned me just when I needed her most. And finally, after they got worried about me, when I was about a half an hour late, my friends came out with a lantern to the edge of their driveway and guided me in. How sweet was that? How many times has it been that your friends have lit the way for you? Do you find that your friends light the way for you? And do you light the way for your friends? So when I got inside, needless to say, I was a little frazzled. Yeah, hour and a half, 2-hour drive in the dark. And not really in good songwriting form. That didn't stop me, though. I went outside onto their deck. They're up a couple stories, or a couple floors. If they were up a couple stories, I'd still be climbing the stairs. And they're up in the trees. And I could look outside, and I saw the moon kissing the mountaintops. And I saw the fireflies floating to the top of the trees. I did not know they did that, lightning bugs. We don't have lightning bugs in Florida. We have love bugs, and they are not the same. There's no magic in a love bug. But fireflies, lightning bugs, magical. It was like having fairies flying through the treetops. So we went inside and we wrote a song called What a Little Moonlight Can Do. It softens everything. Just like looking at something with the eyes of love. It softens things. It blurs the edges. It blurs the edges of what you think is different or how you're different from someone else. And that song I'm going to play after our closing song today. So a moment that took my breath away from sheer beauty was standing out on that deck. And I'm constantly reminded that there are tons of amazing, everyday, ordinary things that happen daily, constantly, that I miss because I'm distracted or I'm in a hurry or I'm running late. Not anymore, because I just have to literally walk into my living room. I'm making an effort to pay more attention to what's around me and to the wonder around me in every single day. I'm noticing the heroes. There's lots of heroes around us. All of the people that go into any job wearing a mask, our healthcare providers, they're all heroes, doing what is theirs to do, heroically, steadfastly, daily. Those who step up in the midst of this scary time. And I'm sending them gratitude. I'm practicing kindness. Kindness, what a beautiful thing. It makes everything in your life better. Being kind. Being kind. So I'd like to close with the song from my brand new CD, which Glenn Rothell produced for me, and you'll hear him singing and playing on it. In fact, I think we co-wrote many songs together on the CD. And the CD, of course, was just released in May, right in the middle of a pandemic. So, yeah, that's enough said about that. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. And here is a song that I wrote virtually with Harold Payne and Richard McDeesey. And it's called There Are Moments. I'm so grateful to be with you today. An ordinary day, in an ordinary life, there's beauty all around me. Sometimes all I see is black and white. just going through the motions. Life just passing by. Drifting in a daydream, wishing I'd wake up from the emptiness inside. But there are moments, when magic happens unexpectedly. There are moments, precious moments, when the wonder of the world is all I see. The first breath of the morning, whispers in my ear. It says, you've got it all inside you. Well, you know it in your heart when it appears. For there are moments, when magic happens unexpectedly. There are moments, precious moments, when the wonder of the world is all I see. This dance of possibilities to the rhythm of my destinies won't let me slip unto my old routines. For there are moments, when magic happens unexpectedly. There are moments, precious moments, when the wonder of this world is all I see. There are moments. Thank you.
Oh, Sue, thank you so much. What a delight to be able to share this service and to do this together. And for any of you who have dear friends who are close in your heart, you know that though it's been challenging to connect in different ways, that when we do find different avenues to do that, Sue, as you spoke about, we begin to find we could do things differently. And everything changes, indeed. That's one of my favorite songs. I play that all the time to remind me that that's okay. So thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. And I know you'll be sharing a little bit more as well in just a few minutes. But for those of you who want to stay on and would like to hear some more music, we do want to say thank you for joining us. This is a time when we are grateful if you choose to donate to support Unity of Michiana in continuing to put this message forth and to be out there in the world bringing upliftment for people. And so we're grateful for that. We want to let you know that you can donate by going to our website, unitymichiana.org. Or you can also simply text on your phone to 77977. You enter UOMSC, which stands for Unity of Michiana spiritual center. So you can put that into your phone, and it will prompt you through an easy way for either a one-time gift, or if you want to set up an ongoing gift that keeps us supported. We are so very grateful for that. So as you do that, we do want to affirm and understand that God is our infinite source of abundance, and we are but the channel through which that positive energy flows. And so giving is a part of receiving, and receiving is a part of giving. And so thank you for participating in that. And our offering blessing for today, as you hold that intention of whatever gift you are giving, either of your consciousness or of your financial support, hold that intention in your hands. Our affirmation is, I have faith in God as my infinite source. I gratefully receive and freely share all of God's wondrous, abundant prosperity. So we'll just hold that space for a minute, give you a chance to donate if you would care to do so at this time. And so we know the infinite flow of Spirit blesses these gifts that do go forth for greatest and highest good. And we are so very grateful. Thank you, God. Amen. So I have a couple of announcements, our happenings and events. We're so excited that next Sunday, which is July 12th, we will once again be open to meet live here in person if you care to do so. We also will be continuing to live stream for people who feel that that works better for them at this time. And so we're grateful for however any of you choose to be present and be a part and share with us. We want to let you know that if you want to even stay out in the parking lot and watch on your cell phone via the live stream, you can do that. Following the service, for any of you who care to bring a sack lunch, a picnic lunch, and some lawn chairs, we'll be meeting in the parking lot in the grassy area just to celebrate that time of being together, yet, of course, socially distancing in ways that are appropriate. The church has been set up so that we can honor our health and all of the guidelines that have been given. So you have received in the mail a card stipulating all that we're doing. So if you have any questions, please feel free to be in touch with our office ahead of time. We'll look forward to seeing those of you who care to be here live next Sunday. We also want to let you know that the Wednesday evening group, the Come As You Are discussion group on Zoom, has one more evening this next Wednesday. We'll be meeting at 6:30. Susan sends out an email, and you click on that and you're into the meeting. Following this Wednesday, we will then be taking a 2-week break, and that last Wednesday in July, we will be starting a new series of things to discuss and talk about. So we'll announce that, but we look forward to seeing you then. And so that concludes all the announcements. We are going to be singing a little different song than our peace song today. Sue is going to close with a song that she wrote, I Choose Love. And I think that's the one, Sue, that you said you're going to play. And so we'll enjoy that, and we will also then follow that with a prayer for protection. And then Sue will continue to play a few of her songs. I just want to share this. I hope that's coming. It doesn't always. There Are Moments. This is her beautiful new CD that she just released that she spoke about. You can email or contact the church office here at And so the email is unity@unitymichiana.org. And Susan will then send you a link. You can click on that and go right to being able to purchase Sue's wonderful CD. It's so delightful to be able to support our musicians in this way, and then to get this wonderful gift for doing that. So for any of you who know Sue's music, she has many other CDs also available, but we are so grateful for this time of spending together, and for your music and your heart, Sue. So I'll let you do the closing song, and then I will lead us in our prayer for protection.
Thank you, Sandy. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Sue, thank you so much. And now, as we join together in our prayer for protection, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so we let it be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you for joining us. Sue's going to play some more of her music. Glenn, thank you so much for supporting us through this wonderful experience of technology and sharing. God bless to all of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Just going to do one more song. This is a song I spoke about after the mountain drive. Written with Glenn Rothell, Sloan Wainwright, Dan Johnson. See if you can see the moonlight dancing through the trees. Sitting in the silence, watching as the clouds touch the ground. And everything's a softer hue as I take the time to look around. Life blurred at the edges, all the world bathed in silver sunlight. Isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? Isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? I gaze up at the heavens, moon and stars so far yet far away, like a million spotlights shining brighter than the light of day. Illuminated universe, creating space for all life's wonders. And isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? Isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? I'm dreaming with my eyes wide open, flying flying with both feet on the ground. I feel a little crazy, ready to shine my own moon magic. And isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? Isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? Isn't it amazing what a little moonlight can do? Thank you so much. Have a great week.
And thank you everyone for joining us.